Welcome to the 13th video of the Rapid series where we discuss all the important current affairs which is significant in terms of your preparation for the prelims 2022. So let's begin with the video. The first topic is about SMART. SMART stands for Supersonic Missile Assisted Torpedo. So firstly, we need to know what is torpedo. Torpedoes are, you can consider the missiles which are fired by the submarines, underwater missiles sort of things which are fired from the submarines. So those missiles are called torpedoes. So recently, SMART, which is Supersonic Missile Assisted Torpedo, this was tested, and this is a long-range supersonic missile, and this was tested by DRDO from the Wheeler Island in Odisha. Firstly, one more important thing which you need to know is the difference between supersonic, what is supersonic, and the difference between supersonic and hypersonic. So whenever the speed of any object is more than the speed of sound, we call it supersonic. And when that speed is beyond a certain threshold, then that is called hypersonic. So mostly it is 5 Mach. If it is more than 5 Mach, then that is called hypersonic. And if it is less than 5 Mach, but it is still more than the speed of sound, then it is called supersonic. So this is a supersonic missile, and it is a long-range missile, and this was developed by DRDO, and DRDO also recently tested it. So this is a next generation missile-based standoff torpedo delivery system, and it will enhance the anti-submarine warfare capability beyond the conventional range. So this is something which is related to the submarine warfare, which is launched from the submarines, and that is why it will enhance the capability of submarine. So this was about this topic. Next is SIGMA. SIGMA again stands for uh, the Secure Indigenous Messaging Application. So basically, it is an application to send messages. The only difference from the other existing applications for sending or receiving messages is that this is specially designed for the Indian Army. So definitely Indian Army के use के लिए बनाया गया है, तो security purpose से इसको ज़्यादा robust बनाया गया है, so that the communication happening between the army officers are not leaked, and they remain secure, and they remain encrypted. So that is why a separate messaging platform, messaging application was developed in when the name of that application is SIGMA, which stands for the Secure Indigenous Messaging Application, SIGMA, and it is not for the general use, it is only for the use of the army. So it is an in-house messaging service to meet the real-time data transfer and messaging requirements of the army. And इसको deploy किया गया है on the army's internal network as a replacement of the army wide area network. So इससे पहले the technology or the system which was in place was this army wide area network. So this was the messaging application which was in use till date, but with the advent of SIGMA, with the launch of SIGMA, this has been replaced. So it has many contemporary features like multi-level security, message prioritization, tracking, dynamic global address book. So all these facilities which are important in terms of functionality and in terms of security for the army officers are incorporated into this application. And so this becomes important for our army officers. So this is a SIGMA. Coming to the next few topics. So we all know that COP26 was held, which is the Conference of Parties, the 26th Conference of Parties of UNFCCC, FCCC. So United Nations Conference for Climate Change. This 26th Conference of Parties was recently held, and it was held in Glasgow. This India has given its 5 commitments, wherein we also committed to achieve net zero by the year 2070. So this COP26 was held in Glasgow. Also, the conference ended with all the 197 parties to the UNFCCC agreeing to the Glasgow Climate Pact. So जितने भी parties participate किए थे, जितने भी countries participated in COP26, they agreed for this pact, the Glasgow Climate Pact. So in case there is any such question that this pact is given and it is related to which particular convention, then UNFCCC is the answer. So these key terms you need to remember. Then Clyde Bank Declaration. Now this is also something associated with this COP26, क्योंकि ये declaration, Clyde Bank Declaration, was signed in during this COP26, and it was signed by 22 countries, a coalition of 22 countries, and these countries, they have agreed to come together to create a zero emissions shipping trade routes. So shipping to ship the cargo, to ship passengers, in overall shipping industries, a lot of carbon dioxide, a lot of greenhouse gases is also released. सो उससे जो कार्बन फुटप्रिंट है उसका काफ़ी हाई होता है, तो उस कार्बन फुटप्रिंट को कम करने के लिए एंड बेसिकली फॉर द डीकार्बोनाइजेशन ऑफ द ग्लोबल मेरीटाइम इंडस्ट्री, ये डिक्लेरेशन was this declaration was thought of, and this declaration is mainly related to the shipping industry and for the decarbonization of shipping industry. So 22 countries के coalition ने ये एग्री किया है कि they will set up the zero emissions trade rules, and this was agreed upon under the Clyde Bank Declaration among 22 countries. So the signatories signed this declaration for green shipping corridors, and this happened. This was launched at COP26 Climate Summit in Glasgow. So these two things you need to remember. Next is NERA. NERA stands for National Interlinking of Rivers Authority. So, rivers, this particular body, to establish the process for the establishment of this body was set in motion. So ये बॉडी इसलिए इनविसाज किया गया है ताकि एक सिंगल अम्ब्रेला ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हो कि पूरे कंट्री में जहाँ पर भी रिवर इंटरलिंकिंग प्रोजेक्ट हो रहे हो उससे रिलेटेड जो भी फंक्शनैलिटी है, जो भी मेन अथॉरिटी है, दैट शुड बी handled by one particular body. And with that thing in mind, with that vision in mind, this body was envisaged, and very soon this body will be will be functioning. And for now, only the process of creating this body has been set in motion. तो ये बॉडी एक्सक्लूसिवली इसका फंक्शन यही रहेगा कि जितने भी रिवर लिंकिंग प्रोजेक्ट हैं उनका इम्प्लीमेंटेशन को सुपरवाइज करे. So it will be an independent autonomous bodies for the planning, investigation, financing and implementation of river linking projects. So river linking projects से related almost जितने भी stages हैं, जितने भी angles हैं, जितने भी requirements and inputs हैं, उन सब के लिए एक umbrella body which is independent and which is autonomous has been created, has been envisaged. So इसको हेड कौन करेगा? गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया सेक्रेटरी रैंक ऑफिसर. So this is an important point कि this body, this authority will be headed by a secretary rank officer of government of India. और another important part is कि जो अभी existing हमारे पास जो authority है, that agency is National Water Development Agency. अभी तक जो भी river linking project से related जो भी development या जो भी study investigation होते थे, that was being done under this agency. But now with the coming up of NIRA, this National Water Development Agency will be replaced, and this NIRA will be functioning as an umbrella body for all the river linking projects in the country. So this is about this news. Now, since we studied this news about the process for creation of an exclusive body called NIRA or NIRA, so there is another related news which is specifically about one particular interlinking project, that is Ken Betwa river linking project. So this has been in news for quite some time because of some or the other reasons, sometimes because of the controversy, the environmental impact, the protest against it, and then the government's arguments that this is a useful project. So because of all those reasons, this was in news. Abhi recently, why it came up again in news is because Cabinet approved the funding and implementation of Ken Betwa river linking project. So as I said, कि काफी controversies around the environmental impact and everything was there. So it was an offing, and it was something which was planned, but the actual approval for the funding and implementation of this project was only recently given by the cabinet, the Ken Betwa river linking. So this will be the first ever project under the National Perspective Plan. Now, whenever you are asked what is National Perspective Plan, always keep in mind that this plan is related to interlinking of rivers. So this plan is not new, it is quite old. इसके अंदर envisage किया गया था कि कितने कैसे rivers को हम interlink कर सकते हैं in North India and South India. So that plan is called National Perspective Plan. इसके अंदर implement होने वाला केन बेतवा रिवर इंटरलिंकिंग प्रोजेक्ट will be the first such project under this plan. और इस प्रोजेक्ट में जो वाटर है उसका ट्रांसफर होगा केन से बेतवा रिवर में, क्योंकि केन में ज़्यादा है बेतवा में कम है, तो केन से बेतवा रिवर में ट्रांसफर होगा. और इस ट्रांसफर को करने के लिए देयर विल बी अ डैम, दैट इज डॉर्डन डैम, विच विल बी क्रिएटेड, और कैनाल लिंकिंग, डैम एंड कैनाल लिंकिंग के थ्रू जो वाटर का इंटरलिंकिंग है, रिवर्स का इंटरलिंकिंग है, दैट विल बी कैरिड आउट. एंड बोथ वन मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट फैक्ट इज बोथ केन एंड बेतवा रिवर्स आर ट्रिब्यूटरीज ऑफ द यमुना रिवर. Okay, so this you need to remember. This is an important fact. अब जो ये केन बेतवा इंटरलिंकिंग प्रोजेक्ट हो रहा है, इसके इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए एक स्पेशल पर्पस व्हीकल को एस्टैब्लिश किया गया है, दैट इज केन बेतवा लिंक प्रोजेक्ट अथॉरिटी. So this has been established as a special purpose vehicle for the implementation. One more related thing that you need to remember is the Panna Tiger Reserve, which is in Madhya Pradesh. So this is important because इस इंटरलिंकिंग प्रोजेक्ट की वजह से देयर आर कंसर्न्स कि इस रिजर्व का, इस टाइगर रिजर्व का काफ़ी हिस्सा जो है वो सबमर्ज हो जाएगा. सो एज आई सेड कि there were many protests against this project by many sections of environmentalists, and that was precisely because a part of this the tiger reserve will be submerged if this interlinking project is materialized. So what you need to remember for prelims is this tiger reserve and which state it belongs to, and the main flora and fauna were found here, that like vultures and jackals, like these things. So these facts you need to remember. So this is it for today. We will meet with a set of new 5 to 6 topics in our next video. So till then, keep revising these topics, keep studying, and keep watching these videos. So all the very best.